I'm awake. First time I think I've slept in weeks. So I feel much better. I think everybody else is up, so whatever. Not sure I'm ready to extrovert. It honestly never fails. When I start vlogging, I get some kind of zit. Yeah, we still have company, and I'm supposed to be downstairs, and I'm tired, which I thought would happen. Justin thought would happen. We played some board games, or a board game. We played Euphoria, which I love that game. It's super complicated to like set up and explain, but once you start actually playing it, it's super easy. So that was fun. I almost won, and then I was thwarted at the end, and Justin won. And then we went downtown and ate at Brewhouse, which was delicious, although I ate like a quarter of my food, and then I ended up bringing it back. So I think that people's plan is to stay up and drink and play games tonight. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm feeling it. I guess I should probably go downstairs and see what they are up to. But I'm also feeling like super introverty, and I would like to be sitting in my reading chair, but someone sleeps in that room right now, so it's a improvised guest room right now. So we have 4 air mattresses in our house. We've got to get our stuff together and get our guest bed here and get that set up, because yeah, 4 air mattresses is kind of silly. Yeah, I've been reading a little bit, and I'm very close to the end of the farm, like point where I'm like anxious about it, because I want to finish it, because I want to know what's happening, because things are happening, but also like I'm terrified about what's going to happen, because so many things could go wrong here. I have so many thoughts about this book. Like, it's definitely thought-provoking, and I'm surprised I don't hear more people talking about it, honestly. But yeah, I'm gonna have some thoughts. And I went and played games. So now it's 1 in the morning. I'm exhausted. Well, I'm up and moving around, but that's basically it. We're going over to Justin's family's house for a vegan cookout. It feels great out here right now in the shade. I'm repotting a couple of things because the basil has like mega outgrown its pot, and so it's like not retaining enough water for the plant to be healthy. So I'm repotting that, even though I'm kind of looking at it and thinking maybe I should put it in the bigger pot. I don't know. I'm going to put it in this smaller one that is bigger than what it's in, but not by a whole lot, because I want to put the rosemary in the other one. Because I'd like it to get big and healthy, because we are going to plant that one in the ground, whereas basil, I feel like it doesn't, like it, I'll have to check and see. Is basil a perennial or an annual? I don't know. Not really sure how we got to 9 o'clock on Memorial Day, which means tomorrow starts the work week. And somehow, I always feel like 4-day work weeks are so long. I think it's because you have to fit 5 days of work into 4 days. But yeah, they're always unbearably long, so. And I know we have a bunch of people out, so. Anyways, I don't know how many pages, probably more than 50 pages left in the farm. So I will not finish it tonight, but I'm going to read some more. I'm going to wash my face and all that jazz, and then I'm going to get into bed. I'm going to try to read a few chapters so that I can finish it tomorrow. Good morning. I have a cat who is aggressively head bumping me this morning. I think he might be hungry. This weekend was not at all restful, that's for sure. And I stayed up, and I mean, I didn't stay up that late. I think we went to bed before 10 o'clock. But I didn't want to go to bed. I wanted to finish the farm. Hello, buddy. Hello, buddy. What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? I look like I'm wearing a backpack. But really, it's just this thing that, like, holds my shoulders back so I don't, like, slouch a whole bunch. Because my shoulder has been hurting a lot today, so. It's finally lunchtime. I'm gonna go make some food. I did finish the farm and have lots of thoughts. I read the acknowledgments and there were things in there that I was like, if that was the intent, I'm not sure that that was what I got out of it. So yeah, I will talk about that a little bit more later when I have time. Now I'm just like starving and want to go eat something. But since it is early in the week, I am probably going to actually pick up West because it's a little book. And yeah, I'll probably do that. I think I'm gonna go make some food and sit out on the porch and eat it and watch some YouTube videos or something. Just generally try to get away from technology for a few minutes. And I'm really sneezy today, so ugh. But can we just look at oh, aren't we so sweet? Spoiled and sweet. So cute. Well, it's lunchtime. I've got my delicious sandwich, a bowl of fruit. I got West out so that I can start it if I feel like it. Then I've got my iPad so that I can watch some YouTube videos if I feel like it. Water because I'm super dehydrated. Just enjoying the outdoors. Basil plant looking slightly better. Still think it needs more water. It's so nice out here and I do not want to go back inside, but I have to go back in and do training. If I didn't have training to do today, I'd probably bring my laptop out here and work on the porch, but I have training for 2 hours and I don't wanna. It just feels so good. Oh well. I'm gonna be an adult. Look who's still there, being snoogly. Got my iced green tea latte and my book. Work is done for the day. Just gonna chill here for a little while. Look at Simon's little cat butt. That looks hysterical. Good morning. I'm up and showered. I have to go to the office today. I have read about a third of this and I'm enjoying it, so that's good. I'll definitely finish it by the end of the month, so. Made an iced matcha latte using the Matcha Reserve vanilla matcha. I like this, and I put a little bit of maple syrup in there to sweeten it. It's delicious. My hair looks crazy. So today has been a day. We have this festival in Chattanooga called Riverbend, and it just started today, and it's usually just like jam-packed, like so many people. It's hot. The music is usually kind of okay. Like they have headliner bands, but they're usually either country acts or washed up 90s bands. They have good acts this year, but they cut it from 10 days to 4 days and then jacked the price up super high. And then they also made it so you can't take the wristbands off. But we have a bunch of manufacturing facilities and hospitals in Chattanooga. So like that's hugely impractical and people are really mad about it. And the local news station had like a sky cam and it is a ghost town. And Weezer's performing tonight, and it's still a ghost town. Like, part of me feels bad for them, but the other part of me is like, what did you think you were doing? Basically changing everything and then expecting people to just go along with it. Like, it wasn't like they did like a gradual change. They straight up changed everything. It's nonsense. But yeah, I've been like reading through social media, just seeing everybody like roast them. And I feel bad, but also like one of the guys who's like very high profile, like his name is synonymous with the festival, like clapped back and like straight up insulted people, like was name calling people. And I'm like, that's so unprofessional. And also, like, having been a social media manager, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's super damaging and bad. But they don't really have people that do all of that. So it's like, there's nobody to tell him that he shouldn't do that or to do damage control or anything like that. So we'll see if this festival survives after this year. But beyond that, I have been chilling on the couch with Simon and Justin and reading in West, and I'm enjoying this. It's kind of it feels a little choppy because it switches back and forth between the two perspectives, and so you're just getting like little snippets here and there. So it's not the most detailed thing, but I still find it curious. And then I listened to my audiobook on the way to work and the way back. Excuse me. And I am getting into that. I want to say I'm probably about a quarter of the way into that book, maybe more. But it's interesting because I think it's a good take on Macbeth and like adapting the story of Macbeth to a different world. But also I think like the way that it's giving all this detail about this world gives detail to like the story that is Macbeth in a way that I feel like the play doesn't actually have. And it makes it feel like a richer story, which is interesting. So, yeah. Good morning. Good morning, Einstein. Is that your new sort of in-between space? Oh, hello. Oh, hello, Squeak. Hello, Squeak. Well, my repotted basil plant is doing much better. It looks healthy and happy and is just continuing to grow more leaves. I picked some of them to put on my sandwich, which I'm out here enjoying my sandwich, some grapes, and trying to finish up the end of West. I have maybe like 20 pages, something like that. 30 pages until the end, so I think I can finish it before I have to go back to work. You can't really see it very well, but that's a small storm cloud. I would love for it to rain for a little bit. Yes, please. Also, my mint plant, what is it doing? What is this little guy? She's waving in the breeze. Well, Justin and my father-in-law went and picked up a treadmill that my grandmother had at her house that she was no longer using, and I just dusted it off and turned it on, and it works great. So tomorrow I get to start actually working out. So, I mean, I could have been working out this whole time, but for some reason I just like get fixated on things, basically excuses. And my latest one was like, when I get the treadmill, then I'll start. So now I have the treadmill and I'm gonna stop making excuses. And I've been reading Notes on a Nervous Planet, which, there we go, by Matt Haig. I just started that today and I'm like 30 something pages into it. And it's definitely already got my wheels turning, thinking about different things. He was talking at one point about like catastrophe thinking and like how that's how his anxiety manifests, and that is so me. Like, catastrophe thinking is absolutely me. Like, I think of worst case scenarios right off the bat. So I think that I'm going to probably get a fair amount out of this. And I have heard a lot of good things about it. Hi, buddy. This is the first time he's ever come upstairs all on his own, or at least while we were awake. Hi. And Simon is not happy about it. Oh, being aggressively nose squished, bottle brush tailed. Hi, buddy. Hi, sweetheart. So I've already mostly scarfed this down, but I love lentil pasta, like more than regular pasta. And homemade pesto, freaking delightful. It's the weekend and I'm really excited. I'm going to go run a few errands, and by run a few errands I mean I felt like going to TJ Maxx and Marshalls, so I'm gonna do that thing. I'm still in my driveway, but I'm gonna go check on the blackberries to see where they're at. So many blackberries. I'm gonna date a bunny. I missed a bunny. Just hanging out, and there's birds hanging out in my flowers over there. Little baby birds. Had a nice bath. Now I feel snuggly and sleepy. I did get a little bit of reading done in this. I have mixed feelings about this. Like, there's some really relatable, brilliant moments that make me think, and then there's a lot of just like random stream of consciousness research and facts and experience things. So I don't know. Like I said, mixed feelings. I may end up seeing if there's an audiobook of it and then listening to the audiobook, because I think I might get along better with that for this version. Because Lord knows I don't want to go with, like, have had this amazing May and then go into June slumpy. Like, that would be the worst. So let's try not to do that. I'm going to check and see if any of my audiobook apps have it, and then I also, before I go to bed, need to go put in a request at the library for what is the name of that book? It's a book about a non-binary character that is getting some really good reviews. It's called I Wish You All the Best by Mason Deaver. So yeah, I want to request that at my library because I want to read it, but also requesting it at my library is a good way of making it available to teens and young adults. So we're gonna do that. Anyways, I'm gonna probably read a little bit more and then go to bed. And then tomorrow's June 1st.